Best we start discussing strategy.
The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
We can't let De Vries catch us on the back foot again. We need a plan. Bullet could solve a lot of problems. Provided we can reach De Vries before she enacts her plan to kill the delegates.
I don't trust the Order to do so. They've appeared perpetually wrong-footed since Bassar took office. Perhaps that's part of some strategic long-term plan, but I wouldn't rely on it.
Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach the main chamber for the peace talks will be through its be advised. In the absence of Victor, status deceased, and his explosives, Agent De Vries and her team will be committed to a frontal assault due to delays incurred while saving the Order hostages. De Vries also has the codes to control the station's security automechanicals and will assuredly deploy them against you, Commander. Additionally, per the Earth Directorate Manual, when lacking equivalent combat forces, determination and vast amounts of ammunition may make up the difference.
Always up to erase an erratic...
I'm coming with you. Who better to make De Vries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of her own phantoms? Good. Would have been a shame if De Vries was the reason for us fall.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station. Confirmed. Use the astrogator when you are ready to navigate to the station.
No time to goggle the rift, Commander. We've got to get to De Vries.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue.
Be still, Conrad. But don't let this interloper... It's you, is it not? The one Agent De Vries warned me to expect? Well, see here. It's preposterous. Our mission to stop the talks is a righteous one.
We need answers, now. How we extract those answers, I'll leave up to you, Commander. Personally,
you do no such thing. My willpower is stuck, and even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths by Agent... that matters not. He lost his grit and turned traitor. But I am steadfast in my resolve. You hear me? Steadfast. I was warned you might try to lure me in with niceties, but it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent De Vries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to save the Order from itself. But why would you leave me be? This situation is markedly different. Those at the monastery were not standing in you, is it? I may not know of this Earth Directorate you speak of, but I can tell you are not. Fine then. I surrender. They're using the Seer's codes to gain control of the automechs and secure the station. All while Agent de Vries makes... You'll also need this. Her guards have commandeered some frightful reinforcements, and you'd do well to find the control hub to disable them before you're spotted. That's my end of the agreement upheld. If you truly intend to stop her, best be on your way now. May the numbers guide you.
Just imagine a...
I'd bet bits to Borstwurst. That's going to need a new fuse.
This is good. If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond his depth, he and his... won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my soldier.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping breadworm.
But I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign guy here is as ineffective as is suggested. But his advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks are solely his...
Looks like those mechs are on their side. Shame. Could have been useful.
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Unexpected.
I'll handle this.
Our observations suggest that matters have been delicate, but I was heartened to hear that your leaders convinced Westport residents to seek shelter in Fairfield. Things rarely end this way for the Protectorate's abandoned subjects.
Ah, yes. The Protectorate had their folk living between all those hangings and maniacal proclamations. That was all we needed to acquire some hearts and minds.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances, However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance of a freelancer for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome indeed.
Firstly, I'd like to reestablish that the new order did not attack. A rogue doctor by the name of Svoboda did. Her dastardly plot was revealed and she was promptly executed.
Ah, so the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages yet live, this crime happened under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our brilliant accuracy.
Next, you'll be claiming we're to blame for all of your past failures. Why, the mere prediction of that. Years. Sent you into a tizzy. Isn't that right?
According to my analysis, neither of our parties has enough goodwill with the other to proceed directly to an alliance. A swift end to the war is highly probable.
Run a quaint predictive model to come to that conclusion? Did your numbers give any insight into making this movie worth my while?
Good spot for what I used to call... Yeah!
I'm starting to get an eerie feeling, like someone's got their lamps on us.
Mobilizing.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
What are you doing here?
Check your scope for combatant analysis. Ratcheting up my aggression.
I can hear you scampering around like a little sprat. rig and see how well we fare.
Combat fight. Back and stand.
We're so close. One elevator ride away from having the Vries in our crosshairs. Finally.
Good faith to offer a merger and an alliance, and yet our parties will still be at each other's throats by the end of this. Is this really what you want?
It'd be foolish to even consider an alliance when you so clearly wish to bend Arcadia to Auntie's will. Should the fighting intensify, and it shall, it will be due to your pride. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people. Until you acknowledge this.
Oh, there they are. Right out in the open. Best speed this up. We can't have gotten long before De Vries goes through with her plan.
Marketing has already won Protectorate hearts and minds. If unification is what you want, ingenuity is what you need.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're... certainly. And then I'll brew us some tea and we can gossip about the latest pitchball matches. Do you think me an idiot? I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. These delegates you came to save... I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late.
We do enjoy dazzling guests with a tour of our...
Do you now fancy yourself a hero? Just because you saved the hostages in the monastery and gave me a slight advantage? It was the Seers who came to me back then. They showed me their data, proving that the Protectorate's rift experiments would lead to our galaxy's I didn't want to believe them. But as more and more of their predictions came to pass, I knew I had to act. I had to destroy Horizon Point and its research to prevent an...
That's... law, Augustine. You could have told us what you were planning instead of letting us blunder into a trap.
No, I couldn't have. Had I deviated from the plan even the slightest amount, it could have jeopardized everything. I had to avert a far worse disaster. By any means. You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the Seers had predicted that you and your team would perish. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay, and I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. And yet it's nothing compared to the utter and complete destruction that would have come to pass. No, I did the right thing. I had to sit with too many unanswered questions after the mission. It eventually forced me to find a way to fix the rifts. If only I learned of a prototype rift modulator in a lab on Praetor. I brought down the Earth Directorate satellite for its rift data. These are the keys to controlling the rift. The Order alone should have this power. They can be trusted to close the rifts. You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won. When fought with rift, the Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, Everything I have done will have counted for
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick.
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us you're wrestling fire here. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will change the issue at hand. If I'm to give the order the means to close the rifts, the peace talks must end. 2 dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Is that so? Please then, enlighten me on how you might save the order from itself. The fact that they're even entertaining a partnership with a void-damned corporation puts the lie to that. Proves they'll but even if what you say is true, there's no undoing the past. Not for me. This mission is all I have. So if you won't leave me to carry out my plans, Commander, then all that's left is your bullet. Savannah. I was never a good friend to her, even when she was all I had. Sometimes I thought her a fool for No, it doesn't matter. You should hate me for what I've done to you, to your crew. You can't possibly wish for me to live. Do you actually? I want nothing more than that, but I just didn't understand there was another path I could take. I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. No harm will come to the delegate. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and it contains the rift data gathered from every system they mod. If you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can finally be closed. Everyone will be saved. Because, whether you believe it or not, you are the picture of an Earth Directorate agent. Competent. Resourceful. Oh, and as for me, I've reached the limit of what I can do here. But there's also a high-priority message from the Chief of Ops on there. It may be 3 years old, but hopefully the information it contains... Wait, what in the void is that?
Station's not gonna hold up against that rip for long. We need to get back to the Incognito now. That rift's not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander. Huff and puff it.
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from the full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations. I have also detected competing priorities in the surveillance data from the satellite confirms De Vries' assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best. Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at their discretion, even under normal directives. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive, and may be open to working with you to regain access. Seeking their assistance is recommended. Coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages expressing gratitude. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. Proceed with caution. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered. You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal. Acknowledged. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander.